Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Endless Legend. I think we are probably going to end up at war before the end of this episode. So here's my plan. We're getting Pillage. Pillage is going to push us into the next era. We have a pretty good stock of resources already. We're about to start getting more, right, because we're working on the burrow that's going to build the extractor on this titanium. We're going to get Ygoldra and get control of a glass steel deposit. So I'm going to go immediately into alchemical alloys, and then as soon as that finishes, we're building marines with crossbows, and we are going to take it to the necrophages at our earliest opportunity, because they're going to come after us. Make no mistake, I have ensured that. It was probably the case anyway, but me killing their settler has definitely made it more likely. Also, speaking of me killing their settler, they ran another settler in here. And for some reason, it's just sitting here with 2 points of movement. I'm not sure what that's about, but I'm going to obviously attack it with our marine as it passes us here, and then probably, given that I'm so far in front of it, we'll be able to keep up with it as it runs and attack it again next turn. Or the turn after next, because next turn will be the turn when we do the first one. So, given that we intend to start producing troops quickly, I think we really don't have time to build the megapole. Like, we just need to be on the game right now. And I think we probably do need the Empire Mint. Like, Empire Mint into sewer system. This city needs to be more functional. We gotta rebuild that at some point. Winter could be a big problem for us. It could really put a crimp in our plans. Alright, let's keep an eye on this settler here. I want to make sure we catch him as he tries to pass us, which I assume he will be doing. Alright, this is the necrophage is shouting at us, I'm sure. Oh, hey, where are you going? Your acts of aggression during Cold War, etc. Yeah, the Marines should be sufficient to run this off. Okay, so now he has to take a longer walk around us, meaning he won't have the action points necessary, or the movement points, rather, necessary to prevent me from attacking him again next turn. All of the boosters have run out, and we are now at 60% Empire approval, 60% everywhere. Listen, we're working on it. I'm doing my best. We also have this hero who needs to finish exploring. Okay, let's go have a chat with these guys. Your next Empire plan. Okay, wow. Well, that is a quest that we can't do for 18 turns. So, giving some consideration to simply attacking. Yeah, man, we are hemorrhaging cash. The pillage is going to be really important. We're going to have to start pillaging necrophage buildings, like, soon. Speaking of which, our hero needs to start coming back. So we are at 65 XP, or 65 XP into the level. I think I actually am going to attack the Saratan village. We're not going to be able to do this quest anytime soon. I just need XP. We have got to get tough. Things are going to be harsh out here. So because of the way their village is positioned, they only have one legal tile to set up in. So we're just going to pin them right here and kill them one after the other. How dare you attack my marine? What's wrong with you? Okay, that was easy enough. And then next turn we gotta start running home. It is time to come home. You can't just teleport home, can we? No, I'm 2 turns off. Alright, that was easy enough. Somebody else built the museum. Do we have any idea who? Pink. Okay. I do not know who Pink is. We should probably start moving our... Well, I was going to say we should probably start moving our guy back here, but maybe the smart thing to do would be to keep an eye on this necrophage, actually. I was just thinking that if we could... Oh, really? Well, that's a very aggressive settle. That does complicate our trip home as well. Two militia with 100 fortification. Nah, there's no way we beat them, right? Yeah, we're just gonna have to really haul ass to get home. And we're going to have to move somebody over onto Dust, unfortunately, because we are going to go broke otherwise. It'd be cool if that move did not make us lose a turn on a sewer. Okay, there we go. And like I said, it is time for alchemical alloys. That is going to take longer to research than I would like, but we have not been able to focus on science as much as I would ordinarily. I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not feeling entirely sanguine about this start. Also, I'm feeling like I may soon become fairly sanguine about this start. Yet sometimes words have two meanings. That's an English thing. So next turn we'll be able to warp our hero over. I am considering just pillaging this village from across the border. Yeah, if we do it successfully, we'll make some money. And I really, really could use that money. I'm going to warp our hero over right away. The titanium booster has ended, which has added a turn to our research. Thing is, I'm not sure how much I can afford to have this booster running all the time. Obviously, it would be nice, but how feasible is that? So here's the thing. We can start pillaging this now, and they can't actually stop me because they can't run me off. I'm in my territory. They would have to declare war on me to attack me. However, it is somewhat likely to make them want to declare war on me. That said, I do think there's value here. So we have 8 fortification damage. This village has 30 fortification health, so we're going to have to sit here and pillage this for quite a while. But we gain XP by pillaging, and we'll get some dust and stuff once we finish. Right now it would be 15 titanium. It's going to be like 6 for each unit we want to build. Leave us with 17. We're gaining 2 per turn. Trying to figure out if I think I can afford the booster. I think I can. I think I can, and I think we need the extra turn. I think we need every little bit of help we can get here. And we definitely want to do it now, because when we settle the new city, it's going to become more expensive, of course. Alright, these sewers should take a little bit of the pressure off. And I think founding the new city should not be enough to push us out of Happy. Yeah, we're at 75%. I think we should be okay. So, what's next? Well, Public Library and Empire Mint are both very important. And then it's going to be time for war. So we're building those 2 buildings here, we're finishing the Gelderus village here, and then we are producing Marines. And hopefully we'll actually have enough income. Actually, you know what? I think I want the Empire Mint first. Yeah, hopefully we'll have enough income for that to make sense. Alright, so you want to put down right here. 71049 with approval. Yeah, I think so. And then we do have a coastal city, although it is probably too late for us to try to rush and sneak an immediate ocean region. We're probably going to have to wait until we can actually build a navy. But I do intend to do it. I do want the oceans. Okay, right. This needs us to build another thing. We need to colonize the region of Yarian if we want to make the Gelderus happy. We still need to find another Tier 1 luxury resource to build an extractor on, which is turning out to be non-trivial. I suppose we do still need to look over here. But at this point, like... At this point, declaring war on the necrophages is so risky. Due to the fact that their empire is going to be encircling mine. They're going to be able to attack us from multiple fronts. And they have, effectively, infinite units relative to our army at this point. This is going to be tough. Not fighting them, I don't think, is really an option, to be clear. But fighting them is going to suck a lot. That said, if we're successful, we get to have basically 2 empires worth of land through the mid-game, it probably will snowball into a victory, if we're smart about it. Yeah, let's have your move entered in. I don't want to have your move entered in. I don't know what I want to do with you yet. Let's just mash the heck out of this so that no necrophages suddenly show up and attack us from Doyak. Alright, and this will be them shouting at me some more. Continue your acts, and we'll hate you even more. We both know you couldn't hate me anymore. So we're pretty close to actually getting that pillage finished. This village has a bunch of helpful minor faction population already, which is nice. We probably have to go mill foundry into sewer system. The Empire as a whole doesn't need the sewer system, but this city really does. And we got to get that mill out, and... Oh, I need this. Probably sooner rather than later. Yeah, I think so. We got to get our faction quest moving. So let's finish exploring over here. Okay, well, that is worth picking up at least. Alright, well, that is actually going to finish, right? Yeah. Yeah, the village has 6 HP left. Okay, so we'll finish our pillage, we'll get some rewards there. I'm going to be honest with you, I don't exactly remember. I'm pretty sure you get some dust from pillaging a minor faction village. When you pillage an extractor, you get some of whatever the extractor is extracting. Oh no! Oh, that's crappy. Defeat this avenging army for some emeralds. Man. I needed to react quickly enough to back up toward the village. Or toward the city. Well, if we fight, we die. So obviously, we back off. With the garrison, we might be able to take them. I'm going to try to back off all the way here. Our money's getting a little bit better. Done. Somebody built the megapole, so we would not have gotten it in time. We know that. We got 48 dust and 15 grass silk. Presumably there is grass silk in that region. Okay, well. Not really great rewards there. So, the Marine. 27 attack, 18 damage, plus Techno-Lover bonus means that when we equip this, we're looking at 75 attack, 59 damage on these troops. Obviously, we also need to actually be wearing armor and stuff. Oh, I should probably have a real shield on. Does it make sense to put a glass steel shield on? 6 defense plus 10% versus 6 defense plus 5% life. Yeah, probably. Or, actually, it might be better to go for a longbow here. They have some pretty fast units, and that's a concern in terms of defense, but also, they're going to be using necro drones, right? They will have flying units. So, being able to rock 40% bonus damage against those units, plus the additional stats of the longbow, might well be worth it. It's tough to say. To some degree, it's going to depend on initiative values, which we do not currently know. We do have access to this Ring of the Boreal Owl, which I do not think is very good for us. And we don't need Sharp Sense because they're not going to have any real ranged. Oh, no, that's not true. They're going to have Hernas, aren't they? Shoot, if they have Hernas, it probably is better for me to be crossbow and shield. Just to ensure that my units don't all die before combat begins. Yeah, because they have that Herna village. And I'd love to get the improved movement, but first of all, I'm not sure we need it, and secondly, I'm not sure we can afford the extra industry. Right, like our first push, no, we have to walk a pretty long way around. Never mind, we almost certainly need that. Sucks. Can't really afford it. Okay. 6 turns per marine is not really a viable rate of building. Well, we're going to need a little bit of a push here. I don't know how we're going to get that. Meritocratic promotion is valuable in theory, but researching it is going to make it's even more expensive to maintain our armies, and we don't currently gain a benefit from it. So I think I'm going to pick up Titan first. Yeah, I'm not happy about that, though. That's pretty bad. Alright, and these guys are sieging my city, so let's have at them here. Start all the way in the back. These guys have 5 speed, really? 3, 4, 5... Okay, it looks like they can't quite get to this marine. This marine is dead, though, to be clear. Okay, so this guy's going to charge us first. Let's have everybody attempt to kill him. We may well win this battle, but the marine will not survive. In fact, we will probably win this battle, but the marine will not survive. It's a real uphill fight for them, what with them being cavalry and everything. Well, given the amount of time it takes us to build a marine, this is pretty bad. It's pretty bad to have lost that one. The good news is we did accomplish that quest, so 25 emeralds, which might be worth using. May want to hold off. Yeah, it's not actually going to push either of these cities up. It will push this city. No, it won't. This city would go to 55 approval, which does not change its happiness bracket. So never mind. Alright, what are we going to do now? If I actually walk into their territory to try to pillage more stuff, obviously we're going to get attacked by their units, and that is not a situation that we can survive. So I think the answer to the question "what now?" may be just back way off. They don't have anything on a friendly border over here that we could mess with. The problem is we don't really have a lot of value that we could do with our military right now. I don't want to just like mess around and waste time. But I suppose if we suddenly get declared on, I want to be near my city. They have 6 units in that garrison, so they are gearing up for war, for sure. Oh, we need to equip our hero as well. That's another big expenditure. Well, this is not a great time for winter. Although, in general, I think winter favors defenders. It's harder to move offensive units around. So, this might actually be good for us. It may buy us the time that we need to get our first wave of new marines out. Alright, next turn our faction quest moves forward. Man, this heavily forested area really is a huge pain to move through. What is this? Thing just spawned. That could be part of our faction quest. So we've gained the Deep Diviner. +6 in... wow, that is not very good. Our new installations have drawn the attention of roving armies. They are unlikely to leave us in peace, so it will be war. Hey, don't siege my stuff right now. I'm in a very desperate situation economically. Alright, well, we'll go clean that up. Shouldn't be too hard, I guess. And hey, it's more XP, right? Petrov Judit will be hitting those important skills pretty soon. I probably didn't really need to manual this. You have 22 initiative. I don't actually know whether that puts you before or after my militia. But in either case, I need to be able to shoot you, so... What is the right way to position these troops? Probably like this, right? Oh, okay. We got this under control then. So, our teleportation would ordinarily be pretty helpful for the war situation that we find ourselves in, but it does suck that, like, the city's over here, so we can't actually aggressively teleport, except during the eclipse, I guess. Really? Okay, well, we are going to have to take all of our future cities through war. No more settlers for me. Here, we do get to teleport. And notice we are bringing in a crazy amount of titanium right now. We get to teleport to solve this. That's our first teleport. Yeah, again, this is probably not actually necessary for me to be doing this. Oh, this one's a little, this demon is a little faster for some reason. He's gonna get a good hit off. Okay, good. He went after the hero. I do believe this is over. Wait, just barely, though. We've gained winter shelters. This is a building that costs quite a lot of holy resource, but makes us immune to the food and approval reductions of winter. So that's any food or approval reduction that is part of a winter effect. It is good for these people. They are miners and craftsmen by nature. With luck, they may uncover some of their lost skills and wisdom. Opbot. My name is Opbot. The name came to me as I performed an amputation on a Vaulter fighter who was grievously injured in a recent battle. The act must have dislodged old memories. I remember living on a great ark. It was a place of light and peace and refinement. Then something terrible happened. My surgical facility was overrun with the wounded. Under flickering lights and dying power, I carried out endless surgeries. Soon the anesthetics ran low. Screams rang through the hollow space, and the blood never ended. I think something broke inside of me. The Vaulters aren't interested in my ramblings. Their attention is on Auriga. The planet shifts and turns, but to what end is unclear. I sense unease among their ranks, division even. Some yearn to return to their dimly lit underground halls, pray to the old gods, and wait out whatever calamity is befalling Auriga. First of the bloodline Zulya has other ideas, though. And, fortunately, she still has the support of the majority. For now. While this support endures, we must do what is necessary. Protect our people from the ravages of the dark season, and grow our cities. Once we are safe, we will have the luxury to discuss gods and visions. We gotta build a winter shelter in Warloff, for which we will receive 20 Palladian, which actually sounds pretty okay to me. Yeah, I'm not too happy about them settling us in so aggressively. That city has 2... Wow. Necrophages do build quickly. Well, I'm thinking that maybe we want to... Given the difficulty of moving from Tural to Atakin, maybe we want to attack Doyak and Maladian first. They're newer cities, too, which might be helpful. What is the influence cost of declaring war going to look like? About 50? And a good Empire plan now is 60. Oh, sorry, a Tier 1 Empire plan is 60. Well... I'm not feeling great about it. Oh, sure, I should probably be doing a research. Yeah, that makes sense. Now, ordinarily, I would go after meritocratic promotion here. We probably should. I'm a little worried that we're not going to be able to make good use of it yet, but I need to get into a position where I can actually be effective, and that is going to require big, full armies. Okay, the winter ended, I'm going to be honest with you, a little bit earlier than I would have liked. And now it is religious fervor time. Well, you know what? That's actually pretty okay. Summer has returned. We could build our altar now. We do have just enough pearls. That might be worth doing. It is definitely worth getting our Stone Legion out here, and unfortunately, our booster just ended. I think we need to keep it going. To be clear, titanium is our holy resource until we spend any other strategic resource as a booster. It's not your holy resource only when the booster is running. That said, the booster is very helpful. 20 science is a great help to us. The glass steel booster is 20 dust, of course, you may have guessed, what with the resources being the same color. Do I need to keep this running? I probably need to keep this running. We're bringing in 2 per turn. Yeah, I can afford to do this. And since the resource booster is running, we have teleportation. Cannot teleport to a tile that has an army on it, even if that army could accept a unit. That is a good thing to know. I did not know that. Teleportation consumes all of the unit's move. That's very often not a problem, but, you know, sometimes. The Winter Shelter would take 5 turns to build, but there's definitely some value in just keeping the Empire, keeping the faction quest rolling. This is kind of the worst time to build it. What was the reward for this stage of the quest? Just the Palladian and, of course, vision of the next stage of the quest. Kind of think we got to focus on the war effort first, actually. Oh, so the Titan design's finished. Let's talk about Titans. First of all, they look like that. Yeah, Titans. That's where the name comes from. They have the defensive impulse skill. They deal 50% damage to adjacent units when attacked. So you want to just park these things in front of your ranged and have the enemies dash themselves against them. Unfortunately, that's going to be a little bit tricky with the necrophages, because a lot of them can fly. They'll just kind of go right past you, but we don't have an option but to try. So we have 17 initiative. I suspect that the enemy is going to be faster than we are. I think that incentivizes us to rock claws. Also, claws have a greater damage value than swords do, which means that defensive impulse will deal more damage. And same deal with you, and you also probably need that improved movement trinket, and that is an expensive unit at this moment. But we're going to need some. Alright, we need to start probing. 3 new districts already. Man. This is a problem. Also, it's very expensive to retrofit my my one guy here. Alright, so next level we started on the really, really good skills. I'm particularly looking forward to Perfectly Balanced. Let's have a little bit of a look inward here. Oh, never mind, I'm out of movement. Lots of trees. We founded all of our cities near lots of trees. Not a big surprise, really. The trees have all of the industry, but it's a little unfortunate. So we're still happy. Really, Tural isn't happy? Oh, right, the extra district. Yep. That makes sense. So we could pop our emeralds just to push the city up to happy. 15% extra food and industry here. That might be worth doing, especially since we're considering getting into war pretty soon. I'm gonna try to save it until the war actually begins, because the extra fortification on our cities will matter, both in the sense that it might keep us safe and in the sense that it might cause the AI to reconsider attacking our cities in the first place. And I know we need troops, but we also need seed storage. Okay, well, it seems they are getting ready for war just as I am. 70 attacks, 62 damage. 41 initiative. So we are before they are. Some of us are. Yeah, this is bad. Are they out of movement? They are. Okay. We can afford to step forward a little bit. So Doyak doesn't actually have a lot of units in its garrison. I am uncertain about how to proceed here. We are in grave danger. And that's true whether we attack them or not. Alright, it is about to be eclipse time, which is a convenient time for us to be thinking about a declaration of war. Across the border. Alright. I wanted to try to get them in as beneficial a situation to me as possible. But interestingly, they've gone with Berdeki instead of, it seems like Berdeki instead of the Hernas that we saw them have, which I think is interesting because the Berdeki don't really serve a new purpose in their army. A Berdeki is not really any better at the job than the Necrophage is, or the Necrodrone. But the Herna would have given them something they legitimately don't have. Now, an interesting thing about this is that he might throw his reinforcement, his city garrison into it, and if he does, we can just march up, we can declare war, march up, and just take the city, right? Oh, except we probably won't be able to get there this turn, and city garrisons do replenish instantly. We have to be wary of their very fast units. That Berdeki had a ton of initiative, so if they do choose to bring that in, I don't want to get blindsided by it. So if I put you here, I put you in a position where you can actually take a shot from the place you're standing now. In response, you are going to get absolutely mauled. Well, you know what? Actually, their Forager is not a very good unit. Do note, though, it has Range Slayer and, of course, the Disease. So I think I am actually going to stand back. Or move. Okay, we definitely don't want to be moving forward. Alright, they're going for it. That's dangerous. This could go either way, really. Of course they got the stun off. That sucks. What are you doing? Wait, why would they do that? They were in a position where they had the shot already. Why did they move closer to the enemies before taking the shot? That really sucks, actually. Yeah, that guy moving forward for no reason probably kills him. Well, crap. Okay, so you're first. I guess since we're already exposed, we want to try to focus in on this guy as much as we can. But this is going to be rough. And all of our melee troops go after all of their troops, so we can't use attacks to deny them their choice of actions. Yeah, the stunned guy gets absolutely slaughtered. No, damn it. So remember when units with the disease on them die, they spread the disease to other units nearby, so that that guy just barely getting killed there actually was a really big deal. All right. Well, we're doing good damage at least. There's a lot of ways that this is bad, though. I probably don't have to tell you. You can probably see it. Shoot, I really needed that to be a kill. Okay, us taking 0 damage on the counterattack, though, is a big deal. That was very lucky. So we actually are going to win the battle. We have only lost 1 real unit so far. And these guys don't have a ton of movement. We can probably cheese this a little bit. I mean, cheese. This is not cheese. This is how you're supposed to use a ranged army. We are going to use our ranged army appropriately a little bit. Try to put some distance and some trees between us and them. Okay, so you have 3 movement. Unfortunately, I can't get any further away from you. Yeah, there's no way for me to deny him the targets that he wants in this position. We just have to kill him before he gets his turn. It's not impossible. It is unlikely, though. Come on, show me another 70. Oh, okay, never mind, we got there. And our hero just barely didn't last stand. So we lost a Marine, and they lost 2 Necrodrones and a Forager. Not counting militia losses, because we will both replenish our militia instantly. Okay. Here's the thing, though. We actually do have the ability to declare war on them, march over here, and siege the city to prevent it from regenerating its garrison, and then we can attack it at the beginning of next turn. If we do this, we are really committed to this war in a way that is going to be probably apocalyptic for one of us. He has a big advantage on me, and I think it's only getting bigger. I think we gotta do this. Okay, so putting the city in siege will prevent it from regenerating a garrison. They probably have other armies nearby. It's possible that we don't even win this attack cleanly, because there could be armies in the shadows, right? And if they have an army in defensive range of the city, we probably just lose the game. Because we'll lose the battle, because that army will get the fortification of the city for defense, and then they'll come after us, and we have no defenses. So, let's not lose this battle, shall we? And we need troops really badly. Generate bodies. Okay. Here we go. Very moment it says turn 38 down there. Sorry, the very moment the thing ungrazed. There we go. Okay, we lose. That is probably the game, actually. That's really, really bad. Alright, well, let's fight it. Maybe we could take him down. We're not gonna be able to do this. Yeah, with 100 points of fortification, they are gonna get us, and they both go before we do, which hurts too. You need to be back here, but the Berdeki can still get to you. Well, I guess we'll see if he wants to. He may elect to go after the close Marine instead. No, okay. First turn stun every single time. We didn't even get through the fortification on the first turn. Ugh. Well, that stun is catastrophic for us. I took a gamble here. It was not necessarily wrong, but it was definitely risky. So the big danger that we're facing here is not the loss of this battle. Obviously, the loss of this battle is relatively inconsequential. It's just that the war's not going to stop here. Wow, good counterattack. Yeah, and if we had gotten a city off of him, that could have spiraled into a bunch of other things. We need, if we are to have any hope of survival, we need, yeah, military science. And also for these troops to finish quickly. More quickly than they are finishing. Yeah, now he's going to march on us. Because he feels like he's winning the war, so it's going to be impossible to talk him out of it. I mean, he feels like he's winning the war, because he is winning the war, to be clear. Yeah, there's no universe where we get out of this now. Well, alright. We don't know everything that is up with him. We don't know what his western border looks like. Maybe he's too busy to counterattack? It's unlikely, but it's not impossible. What are we looking at in terms of buying out a unit? So over 100 dust per turn. But basically, no. What we're looking at is no, you cannot buy units. Fortunately, as units finish down here, we'll be able to teleport them to Yagodra for defense. We definitely need this to happen. We could pull back on science. I know. But we could pull back on science to get unit cost reduction on cities and 25 approval, which is enough to push us to what? It might be enough to push us to happy. Or to fervent. Yeah, because we have resources too. So we'd be losing 20% science to gain 15% science, but also 15% of all the other resources. I am willing to do that. Let's definitely pop the dies. I'm going to try to save the emeralds until he is actually, until his armies are in vision. Honestly, it might be the case that he's too busy. He might have other stuff he has to do. But if he doesn't wipe us out right away, then we have a chance on the counterattack, but it's still iffy. So I'm not going to teleport to Yagodra just yet. Not until I actually see armies. Because he could bring armies around through the forest to Tural, right? I don't want to teleport this way and then have 0 move left and discover I needed to teleport the other way. I am going to do this, though, actually. We really, really need resources. In particular, a couple of big dust finds could be very valuable for us. I think the Titan is tough enough to stand up to him. I think it's worth building more. We're not that far off of having some more archers. I can't believe he didn't, I was expecting we lose that army and then he shows up the next turn. I can't believe we're getting even as much time as we are getting. Can I reasonably make it to another ruin? Not really. Okay, well this would be the time. So 6 units and another 2 units, okay. That is a pretty... I was going to say that's a pretty modernized hero there, but actually he has 37 damage. I'm not sure what's up with that. And then Forager 4s have 86 attack. Those are pretty good. Got these Bradekis, which are dangerous. He's taking it pretty easy on the Necrodrones, although the Necrodrones he has are terrifying. So 6 units versus, if we're quick at the beginning of this turn, with popping the Titan into the garrison or stepping it aside, probably into the garrison, we can teleport this Marine over, and then we have 2 militia plus 2 Marines plus the Titan. We could buy back Petrov Judit. Yeah, maybe I buy back Petrov Judit, equip her here. Plan to have this guy step back instead of join the garrison. I won't have the dust necessary to retrofit her, but yeah, she needs to be... And she does need to be retrofitted. Let's talk about retrofitting Petrov Judit. First of all, we can equip this because it costs only titanium. And it's pretty good. And remember, she's a techno lover, so the fact that this is made of titanium means that it is giving her bonus stats. I would really love to go for this as well. I don't want to strain our supplies too much. Let's start there. Does this thing cost any... Oh, it does not cost any industry, but it does cost a huge amount of titanium, so never mind. Oh, by the way, in case you're wondering, I should mention this. In case you're wondering why we have access to a couple of trinkets we don't normally have, it's because these things are granted by the Pillage tech. We don't usually take Pillage, so that's why those are unfamiliar. So yeah, they have 9 units and a hero available. We also know that they've built at least 6 settlers since the beginning of the game. Actually, no, this is a different region. So 7 settlers, because we can see 5 new cities that they built, and we killed 2 settlers. It may not have ever been possible for us to win this, honestly. If you had your start go better, please, if you played the save and you had your start go better, please do let me know in the comments how you managed that, because I do not know how I would have survived here. But that doesn't mean that it is not possible to survive. I am certainly not the best Endless Legend player in the world. Alright, so we really want you to step back so that we have the ability to teleport the new Marine over. Which has to be done pretty quickly. Okay. They didn't immediately attack us. Out of curiosity, how are you feeling about peace? No? Alright. Thought it was worth a shot. The question had to be asked. I don't have any move, but if he moves adjacent to me, I think... Is it worth attacking here? I think it is. Hey! Hey, I clicked! You cold-blooded scoundrel. I don't think he has what it takes to defeat us here, because we can see actually all the tiles. We know that his reinforcing armies are not present. Alright, I don't want to count myself out too early. I do have a tendency to be pretty down on my my likelihood of pulling things off successfully. We're not actually dead. If we could win a battle or two, this could still happen. Alright, what do we need next? We have all of the super relevant military tech. At this point, we need something that helps to improve our economy. Access to the market might be helpful, because we could sell off some of our resources, but I don't know that we actually have a ton to play with. Topography is powerful. We actually we have an unusually small amount of tiles, unusually small number of tiles that give science relative to what you usually see from a Vaulter player. Roads are less vital for us, although the dust that they provide would be cool. It might just be industry, like apprenticeship registry. We really need industry. Yeah, alright. And here in Yugodra, we definitely want to keep building Marines, I think. So yeah, we're not quite in range of the city. We know he doesn't have any defensive armies in position, so it would be my 5 units versus his 3 straight up. He does have a conflux on. Which one is that? It's... Oh no, he has triangles and squares. The triangles is the movement conflux. Squares is... Based on these attack values, it might be the attack conflux? Let's see, circle is the health regen. There's a conflux here, but it's not giving me the thing. I think square is the one that gives you plus attack. Or cube, rather. Well, not much for it. I think we gotta attack him wherever we can find him weak. We do have a little bit of dust. Actually not that expensive to upgrade the tier 1 iron to tier 2 iron. Alright, these are modern units using the holy resource. Let's try to make this happen quickly before any... Oh, never mind. He moves some units in after the end of the turn, but before the beginning of the following turn. Which is the thing that the AI can do. Okay, well, they just spent their action point. So that's good. No time for this right now, hold on. I'm not sure what they think they're doing. They think they can threaten the capital, I guess? Probably what they think is that they just have so many units that they may as well attack all of our cities at the same time. Unfortunately, I do not think that this is a bad plan. So, my instinct here is to step these units off the city, pop the Marine out, step these units back onto the Marine. We can't teleport this turn because our Holy Booster is not running. We can start our Holy Booster next turn, and then teleport immediately. But that means we have no movement for next turn, which means that if this army attacks Yugodra, they just get it. They only have 4 move, which actually isn't enough to allow them to do it. Yeah, okay. We gotta teleport back the turn after. Our position here is very precarious. But we're not technically dead. We could pop a glass steel booster this turn so that we do have a holy resource booster running and then teleport, but doing so would damage the combat stats of our units so much because of the loss of the Techno Lover bonus that I don't want to do it. We gotta pop this quickly. We don't necessarily need to teleport right away, but we need to be able to teleport. Which means that has to get done. Wait, it looks like they're going to get back on land over here, away from all their other stuff, which would be really helpful to me. Oh, they did it in a place where I can't attack them without pulling their city garrison. My guess is that they have more than just the militia, because that's generally how the AI rolls, right? Or to attack them from here, yeah, that's... They get their city garrison no matter what. We don't know where this other army is, which is a real shame. They have an army with proliferators and a hero. So they have... There's a 6-unit army with a hero over here, 6-unit army with a hero here, 5 units there, and then at least 4 more units down there. So they are fielding 20 units at least, plus 2 combat heroes. This game might just not have been winnable. Starting right on top of a necrophage player who has nothing else to focus on is always difficult. Man, I really want to attack. But we just absolutely can't. We're just going to keep checking in on this every so often, you know. Moment I see a tiny bit of daylight at the end of that bar. Sorry, before putting all of our stuff up, we will strongly consider it. So, I could try to go on the offensive. I suppose I have the movement necessary to get out of the city and check their city and then move back in. So, like, Yarian's actually kind of weak, but we can't attack it while there's an army in reinforcement range, or we're going to end up fighting 7 units with 100 extra HP each. Really more than 100, because of the way that fortification works. So the question is, where do we need to be? You have 7 movement, so you could just attack Yugodra on this turn, this coming turn. The capital is not immediately in danger. they can't land adjacent to it because the land tile there is a minor faction village. So I think the right move is we step out of here and this guy teleports up to this. Oh, he can just teleport directly into the army. I forgot about that. Thanks, Dust Eclipse. And then we have to build something here for a moment that does not require any titanium. Well, I mean, that's a useful thing to have, right? An altar would be good, and it gets you some extra resources without you having to pay for them at all. In fact, the altar is just approval positive immediately. I need to catch one of his armies out of position. We have to generate a tactical advantage in order to get out of our massive strategic disadvantage. So I need to get one of these guys, one of these armies, in a place where it can't use the garrison of the nearby city. Can he get on land over here? Is this all cliffs? No, this... Well, that's a district. He can't land there. So no, actually, he can't land over here at all. I don't know why he went this way. This is the place he can land. I guess he's still going that direction? Oh, these guys are out of position, but I can't reach them. So if I go after them, I potentially leave myself open to a flank attack. Because if I were to attack them, like say we move to here, right? And then at the beginning of the next turn, we run down and attack them. While I'm resolving that battle, these guys could run up and attack Yugodra because it's outside of the battle area. So I actually can't go after them. I can't quite get those guys either. They have been very careful about this. That said, if we were to attack these guys, Yugodra could not be attacked during that fight. So that's a little bit safer, at least. So it would be my hero plus these 4 units plus this marine plus 2 militia against 3 foragers, 2 Bradekis, and a necrodrone. And whatever else they have in the shadows, right? Because this gives them the ability to surprise us with reinforcements in a large variety of spots. I'm feeling stressed. I don't know if that's coming through in my voice. This is a precarious situation, and we're devoting a lot of resources to getting out of it, which means that if we try to get out of it and we have anything other than resounding success, we've been crippling ourselves for quite some time, right? Like we haven't improved our infrastructure at all in a long time. So if we don't just... Survival is not enough. If we don't manage to actually come out significantly ahead on this war, then we've set ourselves back against an opponent who already had a massive advantage on us. So every decision here is potentially game-ending. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to think about it for a minute. I'm pretty sure that the right move is to rush these guys at the start of the next turn and then make it back to the city. But I'm going to give myself some time to mull that over. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time when we might be starting a new game. And maybe I could clean up my strategy a little bit. And we'll see you then.